Chosen ones, God gave you clear direction. Don't dismiss this warning. I am speaking to you now because I have already placed something clear in your path, and if you turn away in this moment, you may miss a blessing that was meant to change everything in your life. I have not been silent with you, and I have not left you confused without reason, because the direction you received was intentional and full of purpose. You feel it deep inside, that quiet knowing that keeps returning no matter how much you try to ignore it. This is not random, and it is not your imagination, because I am the one who planted it within you so you would not walk blindly. If you listen closely right now, you will understand that this is your moment to pay attention before something important slips away. Type Amen to affirm. The direction I gave you was not meant to be debated or delayed, because I do not place guidance in your life without already preparing what comes next. You have been asking for clarity, and when it came, it did not arrive in the way you expected, so you started questioning it. But I do not always speak in ways that feel comfortable, because growth does not come through comfort alone. What I showed you may feel inconvenient or even difficult, but it carries the answer you have been praying for. If you keep pushing it aside, you are not avoiding confusion, you are delaying your own breakthrough. There is a reason your spirit keeps returning to the same thought, the same idea, the same inner pull that refuses to leave you alone. I placed that repetition inside you so you would recognize it as mine, not something to dismiss. You have been surrounded by noise, by opinions, by distractions that try to drown out what I already made clear. But even through all of that, my voice continues to reach you, steady and patient. I do not force you, but I do guide you, and what I have given you is not something to ignore. Right now, I ask you to pause and truly consider what you have been avoiding, because that is where your next step begins. Do not rush past this moment, because there is something here that requires your attention. If this is speaking to your heart, take a second to like this video so more people can receive this same clarity and not miss what I am revealing. You have been waiting for a sign, but the truth is, I already gave it to you. You keep asking for confirmation, yet every time it comes, you hesitate because it does not match your expectations. I do not always repeat myself in louder ways, because I have already made it clear enough for you to move. The hesitation you feel is not confusion from me, it is fear trying to hold you back. And fear will always try to disguise itself as doubt, so you stay exactly where you are. I see the way you think about it late at night, when everything becomes quiet and the truth becomes harder to ignore. That is when my direction feels the strongest, because distractions are no longer in control. You know what I have shown you, and you know what needs to change, even if you have not acted on it yet. I am not asking for perfection from you. I am asking for obedience to what has already been revealed. When you take that step, even if it feels small, you will see that I have already prepared the ground ahead of you. Type 1111 if you believe. Do not underestimate the importance of what I placed before you, because it is connected to something greater than what you can currently see. What looks like a simple decision is actually part of a larger path that leads to growth, restoration, and blessing. You are not just making a choice, you are aligning yourself with what I have already set in motion. If you dismiss it, you are not just delaying progress, you are stepping out of alignment with the very thing you asked me for. I know the weight you carry, and I understand why you hesitate, because stepping forward often means leaving something familiar behind. But what you are holding on to was never meant to stay with you forever. I am leading you away from what no longer serves you and toward what will strengthen you. Trust does not mean everything feels easy. It means You move forward, even when you cannot see the full picture yet. I am already ahead of you, preparing what you cannot yet understand. You are not alone in this, even if it feels that way sometimes. Every step you take in the direction I gave you is supported by my presence, even when you do not feel it immediately. I am working in ways you cannot see, arranging things that will make sense later. What feels uncertain now will become clear once you begin to move. But you must take that first step, because standing still will not reveal what only movement can show. Do not let doubt rewrite what I have already spoken into your life. The world around you may question it, and even your own thoughts may challenge it, but my direction does not change based on your fear. I gave it to you because you are ready, even if you do not feel ready yet. Readiness does not come from confidence alone, it comes from trusting me enough to move forward anyway. This is your warning, not to scare you, but to wake you up to what is already in your hands. You have not been left without guidance, and you have not been forgotten. I am calling your attention back to what matters, back to what I already made clear. Do not turn away from it again, because every time you do, you delay something that was meant to reach you sooner. This hesitation is not because you lack ability, but because fear keeps whispering that you are not ready. I am telling you now that what I revealed to you was not given too early, and it was not given by mistake. Why are so many people saying this CIA ritual changed their life in only 7 seconds? This leaked CIA method is powerful and effective. A short brainwave technique, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping regular people move from broke to prosperous. Dream homes, cars, and trips are becoming possible. But this video could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone. There is something inside you that keeps returning to that same instruction, that same inner knowing that refuses to leave you in peace. That is not pressure from the outside, that is my voice within you, steady and patient, waiting for your response. You have tried to distract yourself from it, to replace it with easier options, but nothing else feels right. That discomfort you feel when you ignore it is not punishment, it is a signal guiding you back to the path I set before you. I do not confuse my children, and I do not lead them into uncertainty without purpose. You are standing at a point where your next step will determine what unfolds in the days ahead. It may seem like a small decision, something you can delay until later, but it carries more weight than you realize. I have aligned things around you in a way that supports this move, even if you cannot yet see how everything connects. When you wait too long, you risk missing the timing that was meant to work in your favor. Timing matters, and the moment you are in right now is not random. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. You have been asking me for change, for growth, for something new to enter your life. But when I give you the direction that leads to those things, you pause, because it requires leaving behind what feels familiar. You cannot hold on to the past and step into the future at the same time. What you are being asked to release is not meant to harm you, it is meant to make room for something better. Trusting me means letting go of what you have outgrown, even when it feels uncomfortable. I see the struggle in your heart, the way you go back and forth between moving forward and staying where you are. One moment you feel ready, and the next moment doubt pulls you back into hesitation. This cycle has kept you in the same place longer than necessary. I am not asking you to be fearless, I am asking you to choose faith over fear. Faith does not remove uncertainty, but it gives you the strength to move through it. What I placed before you is not beyond your ability to handle. I know your limits, and I know your potential, and I would not guide you towards something that would break you. The path may challenge you, but it will also shape you into who you are meant to become. Every step you take in obedience builds something within you that cannot be taken away. Growth is not always comfortable, but it is always necessary. You have already seen glimpses of what could happen if you follow this direction. There have been moments where you felt a sense of peace or clarity, even if it was brief. Those moments were not accidents, they were confirmations of what I am leading you toward. But instead of holding on to that peace, you allowed doubt to take its place. You must learn to recognize my confirmations and trust them when they come. Type 222 to receive blessings. There are doors ahead of you that cannot open unless you take this step. I have prepared opportunities that are connected to your obedience, not your hesitation. When you move, you activate things that have been waiting for your decision, but when you remain still, those same things remain out of reach. This is not about earning anything, it is about aligning yourself with what I have already set in motion. Do not allow the opinions of others to cloud what I have made clear to you. Not everyone will understand your path, and not everyone is meant to. I gave this direction to you, not to those around you, because it is part of your journey. When you listen too closely to voices that were not given the same understanding, you create confusion where there was once clarity. Stay focused on what I have shown you and do not let outside noise pull you away. You may feel like you need more reassurance before you move, but I have already given you enough to take the next step. Waiting for perfect certainty will keep you waiting forever. I am not calling you to have all the answers, I am calling you to trust the one who does. Each step will reveal what you need for the next, but you must begin where you are. Movement brings clarity, while stillness often keeps you in doubt. I know that part of you is afraid of making the wrong choice, of stepping in the wrong direction and facing consequences. But when you follow what I have clearly placed in your heart, you are not walking blindly. Even if you make mistakes along the way, I will guide you back, correct your path, and continue leading you forward. You are not expected to be perfect, you are expected to be willing. What you are facing right now is not a test designed to make you fail, it is an opportunity to grow in trust and obedience. I am giving you the chance to step into something greater than what you have known before. The hesitation you feel is part of the process, but it does not have to control your decision. You are stronger than your fear, and you are capable of moving forward. There is a future waiting for you that looks different from your present, and it begins with this one step. I am not asking you to run, I am asking you to move. Even a small step in the right direction carries more power than standing still in uncertainty. Do not underestimate what can happen when you choose to trust me, even in a simple act of obedience. You have been protected, guided, and prepared for this moment, even when you did not realize it. Nothing you have gone through has been wasted, and everything has been shaping you for what comes next. I am not bringing you this far just to leave you where you are. There is more ahead of you, but you must be willing to move toward it. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that is helping normal people erase debt and attract serious wealth. With validation from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality. But the government could remove this at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. Do not dismiss what I have already made clear. Do not push it aside again or convince yourself that it can wait. The direction I gave you is still valid, and it is still calling you forward. Every moment you delay is a moment you could be stepping closer to what I have prepared. Listen to what you already know deep inside and let that guide your next move. You keep waiting for a moment where everything feels perfectly clear, where every doubt disappears and every answer is already in place before you move. But that moment is not how I work in your life, because if everything were fully visible, you would not need to trust me. I have already given you enough light for the next step, even if I have not revealed the entire path. The direction you received was not incomplete. It was exactly what you needed for this moment. What you call uncertainty is often the space where your faith begins to grow. There is a quiet strength forming inside you that you have not fully recognized yet. Every time you resist fear and choose to listen to what I placed within you, that strength becomes more real. You are not as fragile as you sometimes feel, and you are not as unprepared as your thoughts try to convince you. I have been building something steady in you through every experience, every challenge, and every delay. What you are being asked to do now is connected to all of that preparation. You have noticed how certain things no longer satisfy you the way they once did. Places, habits, and even certain connections have begun to feel different, as if they no longer fit who you are becoming. That is not confusion, that is transformation taking place within you. I am gently moving you away from what belongs to your past and guiding you toward what belongs to your future. When something no longer feels right, it is often because I am preparing you for something better. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. The direction I gave you is not meant to trap you. It is meant to free you from what has been holding you back. You may not see it that way yet, because letting go can feel like loss at first. But what you are releasing is not greater than what you are about to receive. I do not take without purpose, and I do not lead you away from something unless I am leading you into something greater. Trust that what is ahead carries more peace than what you are leaving behind. You have spent a long time trying to make things work that were never meant to stay the same. You gave your effort, your time, and your energy, hoping that things would eventually align. But deep inside, you knew that something was missing, something was not fully right. That feeling was not meant to frustrate you, it was meant to guide you. I was showing you that there was more for you than what you were settling for. Now you are standing at a point where continuing the same way will only lead to more frustration, while stepping forward will lead to growth. It may feel risky, because the unknown always carries a sense of uncertainty. But staying where you are has its own risk, one that slowly drains your energy and keeps you from becoming who you are meant to be. The direction I gave you is your way out of that cycle. It is not a step into darkness, it is a step into something new that is already prepared for you. There is a reason why you cannot ignore this anymore, why it keeps returning to your thoughts no matter how busy you try to keep yourself. I do not allow what is important to disappear easily. What I place inside you will continue to rise until you respond to it. This is not pressure meant to overwhelm you. It is guidance meant to keep you from missing what matters. When something continues to come back with the same clarity, it is not something to dismiss. Type 555 to affirm. You may be thinking about what could go wrong if you follow this path, but you have not spent enough time thinking about what could go right. Fear always focuses on loss, but faith sees the possibility of gain. I am not asking you to ignore reality. I am asking you to see it from a different perspective. The same step that looks uncertain from fear can look full of opportunity when seen through trust. What you choose to focus on will influence how you move. I am already working in places you cannot see, arranging situations, shifting circumstances, and preparing outcomes that will support your decision. You do not need to control everything for things to work out. You only need to take the step that is in front of you. When you move, you will begin to notice how things start aligning in ways you did not expect. That is how you will know that you are walking in the direction I set for you. You have been given more strength than you realize, and it has carried you through moments that once felt impossible. Think about everything you have already overcome, every situation where you thought you would not make it through, yet here you are, still standing, still moving, still growing. That same strength is with you now, ready to support you in this next step. You are not starting from nothing, you are moving forward with everything you have learned. Do not let your past mistakes convince you that you will fail again. Those mistakes were part of your learning, not a definition of your future. I have already forgiven what needed to be forgiven, and I have already used those moments to shape you into someone wiser. You are not the same person you were before, even if you sometimes feel like you are. Growth often happens quietly, without you noticing it right away. There is also something important about the timing you are in right now. You may feel like you have waited too long, or that you missed earlier opportunities, but I am not limited by time the way you are. What I have planned for you can still unfold in the right moment, as long as you are willing to move when I guide you. This is not about what you did not do before, it is about what you are willing to do now. Is it time to try the same CIA secret ritual that is changing lives in seconds? A newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual that is transforming people overnight. Scientifically proven by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to attract money naturally. People who were once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and travel. But this secret may not stay online much longer. Click the description and comments now before it is removed. The step in front of you may not look impressive to others, and it may not seem like a big change from the outside. But what matters is not how it appears, it is what it represents. It is a decision to trust me, to follow what I have already made clear, and to stop holding back. That decision carries more power than you realize. It sets something in motion that will continue to unfold over time. You are not being asked to figure everything out on your own. I am still guiding you, still speaking, still present in every part of your journey. As you move forward, you will receive what you need for each new step. Guidance does not stop once you begin. It continues along the way. Trust that I will not lead you to a place where you are left without support. There is peace waiting for you on the other side of this decision, a kind of peace that comes from knowing you are walking in alignment with what I have shown you. It may not remove every challenge, but it will give you a steady sense of direction. That peace is something you have been searching for, even if you did not realize it. It comes when you stop resisting and start moving with what I have placed before you. This is how change begins, not with loud moments, but with a quiet decision to take what I have shown you seriously. You are stepping into awareness, and awareness always comes before action. Now that you see it more clearly, you cannot pretend that you do not know what I am asking of you. There is a part of you that still hopes the path will change, so you do not have to make the move. You wait for circumstances to rearrange themselves so that the decision becomes easier, something that feels automatic and effortless. But I am not removing this choice from your hands because your willingness matters. Growth happens when you choose what is right, not when everything is made easy for you. What I gave you requires your response, not your delay. Think about the times when you ignored what felt right inside you, when you pushed aside that quiet knowing and chose something easier instead. Those moments did not bring you the peace you expected. They led to confusion, frustration, and a sense that something was not aligned. That is because you were stepping outside of the direction I had already given you. I am not reminding you of those moments to bring guilt, but to show you the pattern so you can break it now. Type 1212 to claim miracles. You are not being asked to do something impossible. What I am asking of you is within your reach, even if it stretches you beyond your comfort. You already have what you need to begin, and more will be provided as you continue. I do not require you to have everything figured out before you start. I require your trust to take the step that is already in front of you. Everything else will follow in its proper time. The weight you feel right now is not meant to hold you down, it is meant to push you forward. It is the pressure of knowing that something must change, that you cannot remain where you are without losing something important. That awareness is not your enemy, it is your guide. When you listen to it instead of resisting it, you will find the strength to move. What feels heavy now will become lighter once you begin. There are also things around you that have been quietly shifting to support this direction. You may not have noticed them fully, but certain doors have begun to close, and certain distractions have started to lose their hold on you. That is not coincidence, that is alignment taking place. I am removing what would keep you stuck so you can move more freely toward what matters. Even the discomfort you feel is part of that process. You may worry about what others will think when you take this step, how they will react, or whether they will understand. But you were not created to live according to the expectations of others. You were created to walk in the purpose I placed inside you. Not everyone will see what you see, and not everyone will agree with your path. But their understanding is not what defines your direction. What matters is that you follow what I have made clear to you. Type 1010 if you trust God. The longer you stay in hesitation, the more it drains your energy and your focus. You have felt that already, the way it pulls you in different directions and leaves you feeling tired without moving forward. That is what happens when you stand between what you know and what you do. Alignment brings clarity and strength, while hesitation creates tension. You are meant to move into alignment so that your energy can flow in one direction. I am not asking you to rush blindly or to act without thought. I am asking you to act on what has already been carefully placed within you. There is a difference between impulsive decisions and guided ones. What you have been feeling is not sudden or random, it has been consistent and steady over time. That is how you recognize my guidance. It does not disappear easily, and it does not change without reason. You have also been given moments of confirmation, small signs that what you are feeling is not just in your mind. These confirmations may not have looked dramatic, but they were enough to reassure you if you paid attention. You may have brushed them aside, thinking they were coincidence. But I do not rely on coincidence to guide you. I use repetition, clarity, and peace to show you what is right. There is a future version of you that has already taken this step, already moved forward, already trusted me in this moment. That version of you is stronger, more confident, and more aligned than you are right now. The only difference between where you are and where you could be is the decision to move. You are not far from that version of yourself. You are one step away from becoming it. Why is the government trying so hard to hide this 7-second brain ritual? A major CIA leak has exposed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people clear debt and welcome wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning financial struggles into better lives. New homes, vehicles, and vacations are becoming possible. But this secret could be pulled down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. Do not let comfort keep you in a place that no longer serves you. Comfort can feel safe, but it can also keep you from growing. What I have for you will stretch you, but it will also fulfill you in ways that staying where you are never could. You are meant for more than repetition and stagnation. You are meant for progress, for purpose, for something that reflects the direction I placed in your life. There is also something important about your willingness in this moment. When you choose to follow what I have shown you, you are not just changing your situation, you are strengthening your relationship with me. Every step of trust builds something deeper between us. It shows that you are listening, that you are willing, and that you are ready to grow. That connection is more valuable than any single outcome. You have been protected even in your delays, even in the moments when you did not move as you should have. I did not abandon you, and I did not remove my presence from your life. But protection does not replace obedience. I kept you safe so you would have the chance to respond again. And now that chance is in front of you once more, clearer than before. This is not a moment to turn away again or to push things aside for later. Later is what has kept you waiting, and waiting has kept you from stepping into what is already available to you. Now is where your power lies, in the decision you make in this moment. You do not need another delay, you need a response. There is a quiet voice inside you that is no longer asking, it is urging you forward with steady certainty. It does not shout or demand, but it does not disappear either. That voice is mine, and it has been guiding you step by step, even when you did not fully recognize it. You have learned to distinguish it from fear, from doubt, from outside noise. And now that you recognize it more clearly, you cannot pretend that you do not know what it is saying. This is where your awareness must turn into action. Type 333 to claim alignment. You have spent enough time preparing, thinking, weighing options, and going back and forth in your mind. Preparation has its place, but there comes a point where it must give way to movement. You are standing at that point now. The next step will not come from more thinking, it will come from doing. What you have already understood is enough to begin. There are things waiting for you that cannot meet you where you are, because they exist beyond the place you have been standing. You cannot receive what is ahead while remaining where you are. Movement is the bridge between what you have and what you are meant to step into. When you cross that bridge, you will begin to see why the direction I gave you mattered so much. God says, your recent action was so powerful that God released a miracle for you. Do not scroll past this moment, because what is unfolding right now is directly connected to something you did recently. Something you may have thought was small, but I saw it clearly, and I responded immediately. I am telling you this because missing these words could cause you to overlook a blessing that is already moving toward you. The action you took, whether it was kindness, obedience, restraint, or faith in a difficult moment, triggered a response in heaven that you did not expect. I am revealing to you that your obedience activated a release, and that release is forming into a miracle that is already on its way to your life. This is not a random event, and it is not coincidence, because I do not move without purpose, and what you did mattered more than you realize. Type Amen to affirm. You need to understand what this means clearly, because this moment is not just about encouragement, it is about awareness. The action you took carried weight, and it reached me in a way that many actions do not. When you chose faith instead of fear, when you held back anger, when you gave even though you felt empty, or when you trusted me while everything around you looked uncertain, you created a shift. That shift caused things to begin aligning for you behind the scenes, and even now, pieces are moving into place without your direct involvement. This is why you must stay attentive, because what is coming is connected to that exact moment of faith, and it will not look the way you expected. There is urgency in what I am telling you, because timing matters. Within the next phase of your life, something will arrive that confirms what I am saying, and if your heart is not open, you may misunderstand it. You must stay grounded and alert, because the miracle is not only about receiving something, it is about recognizing that I am actively working for you. Take a second and show your faith by liking this video, because your agreement in this moment strengthens your connection with what is already being released for you. I do not need your approval to act, but your alignment allows you to receive with clarity and without doubt. Type 1111 if you believe. What you did recently was seen in full detail, not just the action, but the intention behind it. I saw your heart when no one else did, and I saw the struggle you went through before you made that choice. That is why this response is personal, because I am responding to you, not to a crowd, not to a group, but to you as an individual. The miracle that has been released is not generic, it is designed for your situation, your needs, and your path. It will meet you where you are, and it will bring a shift that you have been waiting for, even if you did not know how to ask for it. You may have felt unnoticed in that moment, like what you did not matter, or like it went unseen by the world. But I tell you now, nothing done in truth and faith ever goes unseen by me. I measure things differently than the world does, and what looks small to others can carry great power in my eyes. That is why the miracle connected to your action may feel bigger than what you expected, because it is not based on what others think is worthy, it is based on what I know is worthy. You acted from a place of truth, and that truth created movement. The miracle that has been released is already in motion, and you will begin to notice changes that may seem subtle at first. Doors that were closed will begin to loosen, conversations will shift, and opportunities will start to appear where there was nothing before. These are not random changes, they are signs that what was released is now making its way into your visible reality. Do not dismiss these early signs, because they are part of the unfolding process. Stay steady and do not rush ahead, because everything is aligning at the right pace. There will be a moment soon where you will look back at that action you took and realize its full impact. You will see how it connected to what is happening now, and you will understand why I am speaking to you like this. That realization will strengthen your faith, and it will prepare you for what comes next. Because this is not the end of the movement, it is the beginning of a new level of alignment in your life. What you did opened a door, and that door leads to more than you currently see. I am not only releasing a miracle, I am also positioning you for greater things that require the same kind of faith you showed before. This is why I am reminding you of your own strength, because you already demonstrated what you are capable of. You may not have felt powerful in that moment, but you were, and that power came from your trust in me. That trust is what I respond to, and it is what keeps the flow of blessings moving toward you. There may still be challenges around you, and not everything will change instantly. But do not let that confuse you, because the miracle is not dependent on the absence of struggle. It is working through your current situation, not outside of it. You will begin to see shifts even in places that once felt stuck, and those shifts will remind you that I am present and active. Hold on to that awareness, because it will guide you through the next steps. What is coming carries both blessing and confirmation. It will confirm that your faith was not misplaced, and it will bless you in a way that feels personal and undeniable. Stay grounded in gratitude as you begin to see these changes, because gratitude keeps your heart open and ready to receive more. I am not limited in what I can do for you, and this is only one example of what your actions can set in motion. The same faith that moved you to act before must now remain active as you wait, because the waiting is part of the transformation. There are details being arranged, connections being aligned, and barriers being quietly removed, so that what has been released can reach you without obstruction. You are not in a paused moment, you are in a preparation phase where everything is being set in its proper place. Type 1010 if you trust God. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many people are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has surfaced, revealing a brain technique that pulls in wealth almost like magic. It takes just 7 seconds, can be done at home, and is supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are leaving debt behind and enjoying luxury right now. But this information might be removed soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There is something deeper happening within you as well, not just around you. The action you took has already begun to shape your inner strength, and that strength will be needed for what is ahead. I am not only bringing something into your life, I am also building you into someone who can carry it with peace and wisdom. This is why you may feel a shift in your thoughts, a quiet confidence rising, or a calmness in situations that once unsettled you. These changes are not accidental. They are signs that you are being prepared to receive what has been released in a way that will not overwhelm you. Do not underestimate how important your consistency is right now. It would be easy to fall back into doubt or impatience, especially if things do not change as quickly as you hoped. But I am telling you clearly that what is forming is not fragile, it is steady and intentional. Each step is being placed with care, so that the result is not temporary, but lasting. If you rush ahead or allow doubt to take control, you may lose sight of what is already working in your favor. Stay grounded in what you know, not in what you feel, in passing moments of uncertainty. There are people and situations that are also being adjusted around you, even if you cannot see it directly. Some things are being moved closer to you, while others are being quietly removed for your protection. This is part of the miracle as well, because not everything that looks like a loss is truly a loss. Sometimes, what is being taken away is making space for something far greater to arrive. Trust this process, even when it does not make sense immediately, because I am working with a full view of your life, not just the moment you are standing in. You may notice that certain opportunities begin to appear in ways that feel unexpected. Pay attention to these moments, because they are connected to what has already been set into motion. What once seemed out of reach may begin to feel closer, and doors that once felt firmly shut may begin to open with less resistance. Do not hesitate when you recognize these shifts, because they are invitations for you to step forward with the same faith that brought you to this point. The miracle is not just something that happens to you, it is something you walk into with awareness and courage. Type 222 to receive blessings. There is also a deeper level of protection being placed over you during this time. Not everything that is meant to distract or harm you will be allowed to reach you. I am filtering what comes near you, even in ways you may never fully notice. Situations that could have caused confusion or delay are being redirected, and paths that would have led you away from your purpose are being closed. This protection is part of the miracle, because it ensures that what is coming to you arrives without unnecessary interference. Stay mindful of your thoughts and your words, because they carry weight during this season. What you speak and what you believe internally will influence how you experience what is unfolding. If you allow fear or negativity to take root, it can cloud your ability to recognize the good that is already forming. But if you remain aligned with faith and expectation, you will see things more clearly and respond in a way that keeps you moving forward. You are not powerless in this process. Your mindset plays a role in how smoothly everything comes together. There will be a moment when the shift becomes undeniable, when something changes in a way that cannot be ignored or explained away. It may come as a breakthrough, a resolution, or an opportunity that feels perfectly timed. When that moment arrives, you will remember this time and understand that it was all connected. The action you took, the waiting that followed, and the changes you began to notice were all part of a single movement that led you to that point. This realization will bring clarity and strengthen your trust in me even further. Do not compare your journey to anyone else, because what is happening for you is unique. The way I move in your life is tailored to you, and it does not follow the same pattern as others. If you look at others and measure your progress against theirs, you may lose focus on what is being done specifically for you. Stay centered in your own path, because that is where your miracle is unfolding. What is meant for you will not be delayed by someone else's timing, and it will not be taken by someone else's actions. As this continues, you will also begin to see growth in areas of your life that you did not expect. Things that once felt difficult may start to feel manageable, and areas where you felt weak may begin to feel strong. This is part of the transformation that comes with what has been released. The miracle is not only external, it is also internal, shaping you into someone who is ready for the next level of your journey. This growth will stay with you long after the initial result appears, and it will continue to benefit you in ways you have not yet imagined. But I am telling you clearly that this is not the time to question. It is the time to remain grounded in what you already know. The same faith that carried you to this point must now carry you through this stage of manifestation. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. There are moments coming where you will be tested again, not to weaken you, but to confirm that you are ready to carry what is being placed into your hands. These tests may not look dramatic. They may come quietly through choices, through reactions, through small decisions that seem ordinary. But each one holds weight because they reveal whether you are aligned with what has been prepared for you. Do not take these moments lightly, because how you respond will shape how smoothly the next part unfolds. You are not being watched with judgment, you are being guided towards strength. Why are so many people saying this CIA ritual changed their life in only 7 seconds? This leaked CIA method is powerful and effective. A short brainwave technique, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping regular people move from broke to prosperous. Dream homes, cars, and trips are becoming possible. But this video could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone. You may also begin to notice that certain things that once satisfied you no longer feel the same. This is not loss, it is growth. You are being lifted into a new level of awareness, and with that comes a natural release of what no longer fits who you are becoming. Do not hold on to what feels out of place, even if it once felt comfortable. Let it pass without resistance, because what is coming into your life requires space, clarity, and alignment. Holding on to the past will only make the transition feel heavier than it needs to be. The miracle that has been released is not arriving in a single moment, it is unfolding in layers. Each layer brings something new, something that builds upon what came before. You may receive a small sign first, then a larger confirmation, and then a clear breakthrough that ties everything together. This process is intentional because it allows you to grow into the reality you are stepping into. If everything arrived at once, it would feel overwhelming, but this way you are able to recognize, appreciate, and fully receive each part as it comes. Type 1212 to claim miracles. There is also a deeper level of clarity being given to you during this time. You will begin to see things in your life more clearly, including situations that once confused you. Answers will come without force, and understanding will arrive in moments of quiet reflection. This clarity is part of the miracle, because it helps you move forward without hesitation. When you understand what is in front of you, you can act with confidence instead of fear. This is how you stay aligned with what is being brought into your life. Be aware that not everyone around you will understand what is happening. Some may question your decisions, your changes, or the direction you are taking. But you do not need their approval to continue forward. What is happening between you and me is not meant to be explained to everyone. It is meant to be experienced by you. Stay focused on what you feel within, because that is where the truth is being revealed to you. External voices can distract, but your inner knowing will keep you steady. There will also be moments where you are reminded of where you came from, not to pull you back, but to show you how far you have come. These reminders will strengthen your gratitude and your confidence, because you will see the contrast between where you were and where you are now. Do not ignore these moments, because they are part of your growth. They help you appreciate what is being built in your life, and they keep you grounded as you move forward. As things continue to unfold, you will begin to step into opportunities that feel aligned with who you are becoming. These opportunities may not have been available to you before, because you were not yet ready to carry them. But now, because of the action you took and the growth that followed, you are in a position to receive them. Do not hesitate when these opportunities appear. Step forward with confidence, knowing that they are connected to what has already been released for you. There is also a strengthening happening in your spirit that cannot be seen but will be felt in every area of your life. You will find yourself responding differently to situations, staying calm where you once reacted, and holding on to peace even when things feel uncertain. This strength is not something you created on your own. It is something that has been built within you through your faith and your trust. It will carry you through moments that would have once shaken you, and it will allow you to move forward without fear. Do not forget that what you are experiencing is not just about receiving something new, it is about becoming someone new. The miracle is shaping your life, but it is also shaping you. You are being prepared for a level of purpose and responsibility that requires a stronger, wiser version of you. This is why every part of this process matters, even the moments that feel slow or unclear. Each step is building towards something that is greater than what you can currently see. This is where your faith turns into recognition, because what you once believed without seeing will now begin to show itself openly. Do not be surprised when things shift quickly, because once alignment is complete, movement can happen in ways that feel sudden. What has taken time to prepare can arrive in a moment, and you must be ready to receive it without hesitation. Type 555 to affirm. There is something important about this stage that you must understand, and that is your role in receiving what is coming. You are not passive in this moment, you are an active participant in what is unfolding. The choices you make now, the way you respond to what appears, and the level of trust you maintain will all shape how fully you experience what has been released. Stay aware of your reactions, because they matter. If you remain calm, open, and grounded, you will move through this phase with clarity and confidence. You may also find that certain answers you have been searching for begin to appear without effort. Questions that once felt heavy may now feel lighter, because understanding is being given to you in ways that feel natural. This is part of the alignment, because clarity removes hesitation. When you know what to do, you can move forward without second-guessing yourself. Trust the understanding that comes to you, even if it arrives quietly, because it is guiding you in the right direction. Type 333 to receive guidance. There is also a deep sense of restoration that is beginning to take place in your life. Areas that once felt broken, delayed, or uncertain are being renewed in a way that brings peace instead of confusion. This restoration is not only external, it is internal as well. You will feel a sense of healing in places that once carried weight, and that healing will allow you to move forward without carrying the past with you. This is how you step into something new without being held back by what was behind you. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that is helping normal people erase debt and attract serious wealth. With validation from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality. But the government could remove this at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. You may notice that your confidence is growing in ways that feel steady and real. This is not pride, it is clarity about who you are and what you are capable of. The action you took proved something to you, even if you did not realize it at the time. It showed you that you are able to choose faith even when it is difficult. That awareness is now becoming part of who you are, and it will guide you in the decisions you make moving forward. You are not the same as you were before that moment, and that is part of the miracle. There are also connections that will begin to form or strengthen around you. These connections are not random, they are aligned with where you are being led. You may meet people who understand you in a way that feels natural, or existing relationships may deepen in ways that bring support and clarity. Pay attention to these connections, because they are part of the path that is opening for you. Not everyone is meant to walk with you in this season, but those who are will feel aligned and supportive. As everything continues to unfold, there will be moments where you are reminded to stay humble and grateful. This is not to limit you, but to keep you grounded as you step into what is coming. Gratitude keeps your heart open and your perspective clear. When you remain thankful for what is happening, you stay aligned with the flow of what is being given to you. Do not take these moments for granted, because each one is part of a larger picture that is still coming together. There may also be moments where you feel a pull to take a step forward, even if you are not completely certain of the outcome. This is where trust becomes action. When you feel that inner push, it is often a sign that you are being guided. Do not ignore it out of fear or doubt. Step forward with confidence, knowing that you are not moving alone. Each step you take in alignment with that guidance brings you closer to the full realization of what has been released for you. The timing of everything is being handled with precision, even if it does not feel that way from your perspective. There is a balance between preparation and arrival, and that balance ensures that what comes to you will stay. You are not receiving something temporary, you are stepping into something that has been built with intention. This is why every part of the process matters, from the action you took to the waiting you have gone through. It is all connected, and it is all leading to something meaningful. You are also being given a deeper sense of peace as things begin to settle into place. This peace is not dependent on everything being perfect. It comes from knowing that you are being guided and supported. When you hold on to that peace, you move through challenges with strength instead of fear. This is how you remain steady, even when things around you are changing. Peace becomes your anchor, and it keeps you aligned with what is being brought into your life. What is coming will not only impact you, it will also have an effect on the people around you. The changes in your life will create a ripple that touches others, whether through your actions, your words, or your presence. This is part of your purpose, even if you do not fully understand it yet. As you receive what has been released, you will also become a source of encouragement and strength for others. This is how the impact of your action continues beyond you. Stay aware of how far you have come, because that awareness will keep you grounded as you move forward. The journey you have been on has shaped you in ways that you may not have fully recognized yet. Each step, each challenge, and each moment of faith has brought you to where you are now. Do not lose sight of that, because it reminds you that you are capable of moving through whatever comes next. What is about to unfold next will carry a weight that you will feel in your spirit before you fully see it in your surroundings. This is the moment where everything that has been quietly aligning begins to reveal its purpose with clarity. You are stepping into a space where your awareness must remain sharp, because what comes will require you to recognize it without hesitation. The miracle that was released is no longer distant. It is now approaching the point of arrival where it becomes part of your lived reality. Stay grounded, because this transition from unseen to seen is where many become overwhelmed, but you are being prepared to walk through it with calm and certainty. Type 666 to stay strong. There is a reason why you were led through every stage before this one. Each moment of waiting, each quiet shift, and each internal change has been shaping your readiness for what is now at your door. You are not the same person who first took that action, and that is exactly why you are able to receive what is coming. If this had arrived earlier, you might have doubted it, questioned it, or even missed it. But now, your understanding has grown, and your ability to recognize what is aligned with you has become clearer. This is the purpose of preparation, to ensure that when the moment comes, you are fully present to receive it. There will be a defining moment where everything becomes clear, where you see how each part of your journey connects to what is now unfolding. This moment will not feel confusing or uncertain, it will feel right. You will recognize it with a sense of peace that confirms its truth. Do not ignore that feeling, because it is your confirmation that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Trust what you feel in that moment, because it is aligned with what has been prepared for you from the beginning. Type 888 to claim abundance. You may also notice that things begin to fall into place in a way that feels effortless compared to the struggles you have faced before. This does not mean that effort is no longer required, but it means that resistance is being removed. Paths that once felt blocked are now clear, and steps that once felt heavy are now lighter. This is what alignment feels like. It is not the absence of action, but the presence of flow. When you are in alignment, things move with you instead of against you, and that is what you are stepping into now. Is it time to try the same CIA secret ritual that is changing lives in seconds? A newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual that is transforming people overnight. Scientifically proven by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to attract money naturally. People who were once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and travel. But this secret may not stay online much longer. Click the description and comments now before it is removed. There is also a sense of confirmation that will come through external signs, through people, through situations, or through moments that reflect back to you what you already feel within. These confirmations are not meant to create dependence, but to strengthen your trust. They show you that what you are experiencing internally is real and supported. Pay attention to these signs, because they are part of the communication between you and me. They remind you that you are not imagining this shift, you are living it. At this stage, it is important to remain humble and steady. The arrival of what has been released is not a moment to lose balance, but a moment to stay grounded. Remember where you came from, remember the faith it took to get here, and carry that same energy forward. This will keep you aligned with what is still unfolding beyond this point. Because even though something is arriving now, this is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a new level. You will also begin to understand that the miracle was not only about receiving something, but about revealing something within you. The strength, the patience, and the trust that you have developed are part of the result. What you are receiving externally is matched by what you have gained internally. This balance is what allows you to move forward with confidence, because you are not dependent on external conditions to feel secure. You carry that security within you now. As you step into this new phase, there may be moments where you are called to make decisions that shape what comes next. These decisions may feel important, but they will also feel clear if you remain connected to what you know within. Do not rush these moments, and do not allow outside pressure to influence your choices.